Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to learn how to add failed Razorpay payment details in Airtable automatically. So let's suppose I am running an e-commerce store and I rely on Razorpay for all my payments. Now whenever there is a failed Razorpay payment, I want to add all the details in my Airtable automatically. Now as I completely want to automate this process, I am going to use Pabbly Connect. So Pabbly Connect is an amazing automation and integration software which requires no coding or programming skills. Here I just need to build connection between Razorpay and Airtable. Pabbly Connect runs on two principles, which is trigger and action. Here as my trigger application, I am going to take Razorpay where this payment failure will happen, and then in my action application, I am going to take Airtable where all these details will be added automatically. If you want to learn this amazing automation step by step, then let me take you all to my screen. In this video, we are going to learn how to add failed Razorpay payment details in Airtable automatically. For this, we are going to create automation between Razorpay and Airtable with the help of Pabbly Connect. So this is the landing page of Pabbly, and you can visit this simply by typing pabbly.com/connect in your browser. Now after browsing the website, we need to sign into our Pabbly account. On the top right corner, you can see two options, sign in and sign up for free. If you are an existing user, click on the sign in, and if you are a new user, click on the sign up for free, and this will give you 100 tasks free on monthly basis. As I'm an existing user, I'll click on the sign in. And here a dashboard has appeared showing me all the Pabbly applications. Here I have to click on this Pabbly Connect Access Now. And it has taken me to this dashboard where I will be able to find all my workflows over here and all the folders that I have created over here. If you want to create a new folder, you simply have to click on this plus icon, and from here you can create a new folder. For now, I want to create a new workflow, for which I need to click on this create workflow, and first I need to provide the workflow name, and then I have to select the folder in which I want to save that workflow. So first let's name this workflow as how to add failed Razorpay payment details in Airtable automatically, and now I need to select my folder. So these are the folders that have been created, and I want to select this all automations and then click on create. Now as soon as I click on create, two boxes have appeared in front of me. One is trigger, other is action. So trigger says when this happens and action says do this. So trigger is basically an event which starts the automation of a workflow. There can be only one trigger in a workflow, but as many as action applications as you want. Here in this workflow, I want to add my failed Razorpay payment details in Airtable automatically, which means whenever there will be a Razorpay payment which is failed, all the details will be added to my Airtable automatically, which means whenever there will be a failed Razorpay payment, this complete workflow here will get triggered, because trigger says when this happens. So whenever failed Razorpay payment happens and then action says do this, then add details in Airtable automatically. So here in my trigger application, I am going to take Razorpay, and then in my trigger event, I have to take this payment failed. Now I need to make connection between Pabbly Connect and Razorpay, for which a webhook URL is provided to me, and this URL is going to act as a bridge to connect my Razorpay with Pabbly Connect. So now reading this help desk, I am going to make this connection, and to make this connection, let's open my Razorpay account. So this is my Razorpay account, and on the left hand side where I can see all these options, first I have to click on this developers, and then on the top I can see this webhooks option. When I open this, I can see this add new webhook, so I'll click on this, and then I am going to add the webhook URL which I am provided in my Pabbly Connect workflow. So over here we can see this webhook URL which we were provided, so we are going to copy this webhook URL and paste that webhook URL over here, and then we have to provide the secret, and then after providing the secret we have to select the active events. So whenever there is a payment failure, this webhook should trigger the workflow. So I am going to select my event as payment failed and then click on this create webhook. Now the webhook saved successfully. Now let's go back to Pabbly Connect, and if I scroll down, I can see this waiting for the webhook response, and under this it is written Now log into the application where you have added the webhook URL and do test submission so that the data can be recorded here in the webhook response. Now this means so as to get the webhook response over here, I need to do a test submission for which I need to do a failed payment in my Razorpay, and if Pabbly Connect capture that response, this means the connection that we have created with the help of this webhook URL between Pabbly Connect and Razorpay, that is successful. So for doing this failed payment, I am going to open my Razorpay account, and on the left hand side where I can see all these options, I am going to click on this payment pages. Now if I scroll down, I can see this t-shirt store. So I am going to copy this page and then I am going to paste that in a new tab, and then I am going to enter some dummy details in all these fields. Now I have added my email address new@pabblytudes.com. My phone number is this, my name is new user. Now after adding these details, I am going to click on this pay 500. And now I have to choose my payment method. So this is my payment method and I am going to enter the false UPI ID so as to make this payment fail. So after entering my false UPI ID, I am going to click on this verify and pay. And here the payment is failed. Now these details should be captured and received in my Pabbly Connect. So let's open my Pabbly Connect workflow. And if I scroll down, I can see that I have instantly received the response. Now the name that we entered was new user, the phone number was this one, and the email address was new@pabblytudes.com. Here we have received the rest of the details. Now that we have received the response, this means the connection that we have created with the help of this webhook URL is successful, and now whenever someone will do the payment in my Razorpay and if there is a payment failure, I will start receiving the response here in my Pabbly Connect workflow. Now after the Razorpay payment failure, I want to add all these details in my Airtable. So in my next step, which is action step, I am going to take Airtable as my action application, and then in my action event I have to take this create record. Now I have to click on this connect, and if you have an existing connection, click on save. If you don't have one, click on this add new connection and then click on this connect with Airtable. I have already logged in my Airtable account, and that's why I just need to select the base, and after that I have to grant away the permission, because my data is completely safe with Pabbly Connect and it is always advisable to keep your applications logged in for the easy authorization, and here authorization successful. So Airtable is connected with Pabbly Connect and now I have to enter all these details. So the first one is that I have to select the base name. So to enter this, let's open my Airtable account. So this is my Airtable account and this is the base name, Razorpay failed payments 2. So I am going to click on this, and in this drop down I can see all the bases. Here I have to select my base as Razorpay failed payments 2. Now as soon as I select this, it has automatically detected the table name, and then I have to enter all these details that I have in my Airtable. So here I need to enter the first name. Now I'm not going to enter this manually. Instead I'm going to use a method called mapping, which means I am going to enter data from my previous response. So here, as I have received my response from Razorpay, so I am going to click on this first name, and when I click on this I can see this Razorpay, and when I click on this I can see all the response that I have received from there. Here I have received the full name of this lead, which is new user, and here I have to enter the first name and the last name separately. So as to format this full name, I am going to use one more action step before this action step and search for a feature by Pabbly which is text formatter, and after selecting that I have to select this split text as my action event and then click on this connect. Now over here I need to enter the text that I want to split. So I am going to click on this Razorpay response, and here I want to format this name, new user, and then reading this help desk I need to enter my separator as space. So I am going to copy this and paste that over here in this field, and then in the segment index I have to select this as all and then click on the save and send test request. So here the new has been separated with the user, and now I can map all these values in my Airtable action step. But before performing this step, I have to add one more action step. For that I have to click on this, and then I am again going to search for a feature by Pabbly which is filter, and then in my action event I have to select this filter values and then click on connect. Now I have to select the amount on which this workflow will run. So whenever the payment is made for this t-shirt, only then should this workflow run and add details in Airtable. For that I have to select the label. So as I have received the response in my Razorpay, I am going to select my amount as this one. Now over here I have received the response as 5000 instead of 500 because JSON value does not support the decimal and it eliminates the decimal value. So here in my response I have received 50,000. So now I'm going to select this and then the filter type is equal to. If the label is equal to the value which is 50,000, then only this workflow will run. And now I'm going to click on the save and send test request. So here the status is success and the condition is true, and now we can move to the next step. Here I have received the response from my text formatter action step, so I'm going to click on this and enter my first name as new and then enter my last name as user. Now I have to enter the phone number. So the phone number was this one and then the email address was new@pabblytudes.com. Now over here mapping is important so that every time you receive a new response, it is taken into consideration in these fields. Manually entering the data will make these fields static and the information will not change even if you have received the new response. Over here if I manually enter any detail, this field will become static and every time I receive a new response, the result will not change. So as to keep these fields dynamic, we use this process mapping instead of manually entering the details. Now after entering all these details, I simply have to click on the save and send test request. And here I can see I have received the response and this response is a positive one. Now I need to open my Airtable and check whether all these details have been added there or not. And here I can see that I have successfully added these details. The first name was new, last name was user, phone number was this, email address was new@pabblytudes.com. Now to check whether this automation is working perfectly fine or not, I am going to open my payment page again and do another test payment with some other details. So here I am going to, let's say, enter my email address this time as latest@pabblytudes.com. So here I have entered my email address as latest@pabblytudes.com. Phone number is this and the name is latest user. Now I am going to click on this pay 500 and then I am going to select my payment method which is UPI and then I have to enter the false UPI ID so as to make this payment fail. And then I am going to click on this verify and pay. So here the payment has been failed. Now all these details should be added in my Airtable. So let's quickly open my Airtable. And here I can see that I have instantly added all these details also. The first name was latest, last name was user, phone number was this and the email address was latest@pabblytudes.com. Now to summarize, we took Razorpay as a trigger application where we made connection with Pabbly Connect with the help of this webhook URL. We made a failed payment and received the response here in this workflow. After that, we wanted to add the failed Razorpay payment details in my Airtable. So I took my action application as Airtable and then we needed to format the name. So we took text formatter by Pabbly and then we need to select the value only on which this workflow will run. So we took another action application filter by Pabbly. Now after performing this, we added all these details that we have received with the help of a method called mapping and then simply clicked on the save and send test request and received the response as these details been added to my Airtable automatically. So we have successfully created automation between Razorpay and Airtable with the help of Pabbly Connect. I hope you like this video. Thanks for watching.
Not only these applications, but you can integrate many more applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now if you have any doubt, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any query, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issue, you can visit the website given over here. Also, if you find our videos helpful, do share it with your friends and like and subscribe to our channel.